Okay, so in this video, I will show you how you can start keyframing your animations or how you can animate your armatures and some setup that you'll need to actually do the assignment. The first thing that you might find useful is changing how your armature looks. This view might be a little bit bulky for you. So if you head down to Data Properties and under Viewport Display, you should see Display As, and you can set Stick. And so now your armature is just a bunch of sticks, so it's thinner and you can actually see your hand a little bit more. Then in pose mode, you would animate just like you would normally animate. The other thing that you might want to know is how to duplicate this, because for your homework assignment, what you will have to animate is two hands playing a game of rock, paper, scissors. So you need a second hand. So to create a second hand, you will want to select both of these things, the hand and the armature. Shift D to duplicate and then move it to the side. Then I will just rename this armature that I copied. So I select the armature, not the hand, the armature. F2, and I'll just call it armature right. So now you have armature left and armature right. Cool. Now we need the hands to face each other. So I'll select the left one and just kind of rotate it by 90 degrees. Move it over there. And the right one, I'll also rotate it by now -90 degrees, but I need to flip it upside down. So I rotate along the x-axis here by 180 degrees. So now our hands are kind of facing each other as if they're going for a handshake. Then I will select the left armature, Control A, and apply rotation. I select the right armature, Control A, apply rotation. And now you should be good to animate. So how do you actually animate? Well, once again, you need all three of these windows here. So if you don't have them, again, move your mouse very bottom left of your screen, drag up, and do that 2 more times. So you have 3 windows here at the bottom. The bottom one though, we want timeline. So we get the play and the pause option. The second one, we want dope sheet. And here we'll select action editor. And the third one, we want the graph editor. And hit normalize. Cool. Now if I select the left armature, I can create a new animation. I'll call it left hand. I hit the little shield icon. For the right one, same thing, new. I'll call this one right hand. Hit the little shield icon. And now you can actually start animating. To animate the bones or the armature, you'll be in pose mode, and essentially same thing like all the other times, right? When I rotate the finger here, I can then press the letter I and set keyframe, or I can just right click in the transform options here and keyframe the specific things that I want. So for example, the X rotation here. And so this is my animation that I just made. There's nothing else to this. It should all be set up for you. The only suggestion I have is you might consider changing this setting up here from where it says global to local. This will make it so that the rotations, so if I want to rotate the finger or if I want to curl the finger, right now all I have to say is R and X. If I was to move the hand up, I still just press R and X and it will rotate it the same way. But if it was set to global, it would rotate it differently. So setting it on local will rotate it the same exact way no matter what orientation your wrist is. Now with the graph editor, something that will be different here than in all the other times is your graph editor will be more complex because you have a lot of the fingers that you will be animating. So every time you have a new finger and you keyframe it, then you can swap between graphs for each finger. And so for rock, paper, scissors, obviously you'll have to keyframe all of the 5 fingers, but also the hand, right? When you go up and down, or the rotation of the hand, but you can even do the location. Try giving the hand the most natural movement you can. So for rock, paper, scissors, when your hand goes up and down, you don't just shake your wrist. Your arm, which isn't here, would also move up and down. So definitely have some up and down movement as well as your rotation. So yeah, that's it for this video. Good luck.